Californian team, they have been prepping and prepping and prepping, but it wasn't the explosive start that we perhaps expected when they needed a sudden death chase-off to come through with the win against SoFlo in their opener. But Kai Baldwin, their new recruit, really did catch the eye. The Brazilians are here for the first time in World Chase Tag. It was a baptism of fire against the #1 seeds Apex Sun in their opener. It should, in theory, get a little easier, but nothing is easy in this Group A for the newcomers.
I'm gonna be honest, we're still a bit scared of the big guys, but we're not helpless. I think we still have probably something in the sleeve.
Well, maybe this is a sign of tactics from Tempest. They send in Brett Vance, who did not get on the quad in their opening match, trying to chase down Ian, the team captain for the Brazilians, and Brett sets off after him. It's under the front line from Ian, and he hops into the tilted cube, and he's done really nicely there. And I thought for a little moment he might just pull that off and get their first point in the tournament, and even Brett acknowledges he gave him a run for his money.
Yeah, I think both were pretty stressed out there. I thought the tag was going to happen through here, and when it didn't, he had to be sweating.
Race 2, Tempest evading, 0-all.
In comes D'Artagnan Sosa, who's relied on heavily in their opening game, but they were struggling to be in it against Apex. And Brett was bouncing off the platforms there, and he lost his footing. He expected to be tagged. He probably had a little bit more time than he thought, but not enough time, turns out.
Yeah, it looked like Brett had something in mind, and then he just missed his steps a little bit, ended up falling down onto that. D'Artagnan did great staying on top of him, and when the mistake was made, he got the tag.
Up steps Hunter, committed. A real firecracker of a chase tag. Actually, had to go off to the emergency room with a busted head last time we saw him play. And it was a little bit too intense for D'Artagnan.
Yeah, right there you could see D'Artagnan was just kind of waiting for something to happen. He thought he knew when his trigger point was, and when it came, he just kind of second-guessed himself one too many times, making the easy tag for Hunter.
Hunter, this might be where he can really shine. He is very, very quick. He is a difficult man to get hold of. He goes all the way around and keeps on going, and there's a little hop over the sisters, but he acknowledges the tag was made. Hugo got him.
That right there, I'm starting to learn a little bit. Had he gone out onto the rails of the sisters, it might have given him just enough distance to not get tagged there.
You're coming round to this using the rails and the sisters thing, aren't you, Joey?
I'm starting to think maybe it's a tactic.
Kai Baldwin, operatic performer, tap dancer, Australian, and one heck of a tagger, it turns out.
Set a beautiful trap there, Kai. Just creeps up that diagonal bar, gets his feet solidly planted inside of the tilted cube, and from there, there's nowhere to go.
Bit of vocal encouragement from the Brazilian teammates as Ricardo steps onto the quad, and he nearly catches himself on that platform by the mountain, but Kai is off. And he's been very, very impressive from what we've seen so far. And he just shapes one by lovely vault through the mountain as if it was not there. And it is again turning into a race around the outside, but this time he cuts across. And again he vaults over something as if it's not there. He just moves, flows like water. That's the first point of this contest.
Man, I love to see that. We already know Kai has great tactics, but he can put the power in when it's needed and really speed through this course at will.
Tempest evading. 1-0, Tempest.
Athletes ready!
Big deep breaths from Kai Baldwin at the base of the mountain. Just some shoulder movement to try and suggest he might go another way, and Darter makes the dive. He slams his face off the sideboard, but contact was made.
Yes, I love to see that, leading with the arm, saying I am getting this tag whether it costs me a shoulder or not.
Athletes ready!
In comes Hunter again. Maybe Tempest are looking to play this game with just half their roster, a bit like they did in their opener. Keep people fresh for the games to come. And that suggests that they think there could be a lot of games to come, because Hunter Peyton Mendoza tracks his man down over by the front line. He was going and going and going, the arm was going out, he couldn't quite get there, and maybe the third or fourth time, he did get it.
Yeah, look there, I like to see that. D'Artagnan had a strategy. It ended up paying off for him very, very well until he got to the center of the course, and then he just didn't know where to go from there.
Athletes ready!
Hunter looking to get his first point of the tournament. Ian Fortuna drops into the tilted cube and lovely moving across the platforms there to keep in close attendance. But Hunter's just been a little bit too quick, and you can see why. As he races around that front line, and it's there again, and Ian is hopping back and forth and struggling to find a way to make a move. And in the end, the move came. It was too late. The light was green before he even got over the ridge.
There were about 2 chances where it looked like if he had full scent, he may have gotten the tag. But as the chaser, it's so hard to know exactly when you can get it and when maybe you're just throwing your body away for nothing.
Athletes ready!
Hugo comes back in with Hunter looking to go back to back and increase this lead for Tempest. It was a tight one in the opening stages, but they might be pulling away here. As Hunter turns around only to find Hugo on top of him.
I like that work from Hugo there. He went for the one chance over the tilted cube, decided, all right, this isn't going to be it, took center control, waited for his next one, got it there.
Tempest, come on to chase. Athletes ready!
So what happens here, and how is that impacting your gameplay?
So in the new chase tag rules, if I wear earbuds when I run, so if they fall out and someone gets a tag on it, it counts as a tag against me. So what we've done is we put athletic tape over it to make sure it holds in. Kind of hurts when I take it off, but it's just to make sure that we don't have unnecessary tags.
Tempest evading 2-0. Tempest.
Athletes ready!
Up steps Vance from Rio de Janeiro. And he goes underneath that bar by the ridge. Sean striding over the mountain, and then can sit and wait. But off he goes again, and it's those big, long legs just making pretty big obstacles seem absolutely tiny. He's like running around a model village here, Sean Nirenberg. But has he got enough pace to get away? And that was almost more impressive. He makes those big obstacles look small, but then he finds a way to thread through that gap in the mountain and not lose any speed as well.
Yeah, absolutely solid work from Sean. He needed to make that thread through the mountain. Otherwise, I think the chaser had enough to make that dive tag.
Match point. Tempest.
Athletes ready!
So Sean looking to win it here. D'Artagnan moves into the center of the quad, stamps on one side of the ridge to flush him out, and Sean again going over the mountain, and D'Artagnan is racing around and gets the tag. Real commitment there. He was desperate to make sure he got a chance.
D'Artagnan's been on the course quite a bit. I know his stamina's got to be hurting just a little bit from it. That said, the type of runner it looks like he is, I think he's going to do better evading because he gets to choose his own path.
Match point. Tempest.
Athletes ready!
In comes the captain Nicodemus to try and finish this off. He has been doing hundreds and hundreds of threads through gaps like that. Maybe needed a few more, because he keeps bouncing off bars here. And they'll be a bit sore, those ones. Nice foot placement to stay on the bars there. And it means that he's got a chance to make the tag in the tilted cube, because D'Artagnan needed to actually vault over him if he was to get away.
Yeah.
And that's not a great strategy.
Yep, nowhere for D'Artagnan to go there. Great work. I think that was the first time we saw Nico on the course, right?
Yep.
All right, he comes in clutch, gets the tags, and gets Tempest through the game.
3-0 for Tempest. They won against SoFlo, needed sudden death. But it was a little bit more comfortable this time. Always wise to avoid a close shave where a Brazilian's concerned.
It was very nice to share the quad with Tempest team. We got a lot of information, a lot of feedback from them. We definitely thought that we had a chance. Yeah. Yes. But we still didn't.